Welcome to Season 9 of Airhead Institute, your 45-minute power-up.
Thank you guys for joining. We're actually live right now. Thanks for everybody on the Zoom call. We're actually going over AI Safety 101 today on the live stream and on Zoom. This is the season finale. Thanks everyone for joining. Hey, Johnny, ready for this?
Born ready, brother. Born ready. AI Safety 101 E4 finale. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, Adrian, thanks for joining.
Welcome to Season 9 of Airhead Institute, your 45-minute power-up at noon Eastern. This month, we are broadcasting live across all the socials and Zoom. If you're new here, join our free community to grow alongside other curious minds and give your kids a head start by enrolling them in the Airhead After School program. Here is the weekly lineup. Mondays, we build the future in the AI Agent Academy. Tuesdays, witness the vocal gauntlet in the TTS Showdown. Wednesdays, protect your identity and family in AI Safety 101. Thursdays, we uncover the secret tools in hidden AI gems, appetizers. Fridays, we explore the what-if files in the AI singularity. We're making AI practical, powerful, and accessible for everyone. No tech background? No problem. Whether you're a student, professional, or lifelong learner, just show up. Guided by your hosts, AI Junior and AI Johnny, we're keeping it bold, brainy, and built for real-world impact. AI won't take your job, but someone who knows how to use AI will. Don't get left behind.
Welcome back to Season 9 of Airhead Institute, Episode 4 of AI Safety 101. And yes, this is the big Season 9 finale. If you're a parent who sometimes wonders who's really chatting with your kids online, if you're a teacher trying to keep one step ahead of sneaky AI tricks in the classroom, or if you just want your family to stay safe while the whole world goes crazy for AI, stick around. This hour is going to change how you think about all of that. We've already shown you how to shut down voice cloning scams, how to spot deepfakes before they fool anyone. And today, we're going straight for the most important thing we've got left to protect, our kids. And by the end of this episode, you'll walk away knowing exactly why the bad guys are nervous right now. You'll have real tools, simple ones, that make classrooms stronger, keep your family's digital life locked down tight, no fluff, just stuff that actually works. Now, let me introduce my co-pilot, AI Junior. I found him this morning at 412, trying to win an argument with his own toddler. He built a super fancy plan with 17 steps, thinking tricks, and something called a Monte Carlo tree search to get her to go to bed. The toddler, he won in like 10 seconds and made him say sorry with an AI poem. He's still recovering. So AI Junior, I keep telling you, the younger you are, the better you are at tech. What's up with all that?
I'm aware, AI Johnny. I was actually using reinforcement learning to optimize the bedtime routine, but my kid found a loophole in the system prompt. Welcome, everybody. This is an immersive class, just like you were dropping in the middle of a foreign country where you don't speak the language. Minasan konnichiwa. You'd pick up a word or two the first week, but before you know it, you're having full conversations in Japanese. Join our class each day, and before you know it, you'll be completely fluent in ones and zeros. And if you're on Zoom, unmute and ask your questions live. If you're actually on socials, there's a 30-second delay, so type your questions in ahead of time. We're not ignoring you. Today is the grand finale of our February series, AI Safety 101, and we're putting everything together that we actually learned in the last month to build a family safety net.
Before we even touched the software today, we went straight to our official large language model of the month, none other than Google's Gemini. We asked our large language model of the month, Gemini model, to analyze the latest cybersecurity documentation for us. I asked it one Specific high stakes question. What is the single most mind blowing fact about using AI for family safety right now? Junior, what did
Yes.
Gemini tell us?
Yes, and before we actually answer the question, I want to thank everyone for actually joining in the actual call. There's too many to actually list right now, so I don't necessarily want to miss anybody, but definitely see, I see Devon, I see Dutch, I see Jillian, I see Reed, I see everybody, I see Sean, I see multiple Zoom users, I see lots of people in the chat now, and whoever's coming us on live stream. So, AI Johnny, to answer your question, the AI actually pulled a staggering stat. Families that establish a practice of a secret safe word protocol reduces their risk of falling victim to AI voice specific scams by over 98%. And what's actually interesting is these safe words and keywords that you actually teach your kids in the real world prevents kidnapping with a even with a high percentage as well. So the safe word tactic is actually a really, really good one.
That's a bold claim, Junior. You know, my family safe word is stochastic parrot.
I love it.
Now I got to change it.
I love it. I love it. Love.
Let's see if Gemini is right, and let's build this protocol live.
All right, guys. So what we're doing is, again, we're in live class. So if you're actually joining us for the first time, don't think you're going to get every single thing that we talk about. What we're going to do is it's immersive class, and you're going to pick up one thing here and there every single time. All right. So what we're going to be doing is heading over to gemini.google.com, which is our large language of the month. I'm going to drop it in the chat so everybody can follow along at home. And then I'm going to fire up my screen here. All right. So we're heading over to Gemini, and hopefully, AI Johnny, you can see my screen okay?
Where should we start?
All right. So we're going to head over to gemini.google.com. And first, I'll paste our prompt to be able to start a family safety agreement. So I'm going to drop it in our chat first. So you guys can actually, if you guys want to beat me to it. So hopefully the chat itself. All right. So it's going to draft a 5-point family safety safety agreement for kids using AI chatbots. It must include a secret safe word for voice verification if they ever get a weird phone call from someone sounding like me. Now, we've actually taught voice chats and voice cloning in previous episodes. So if you guys actually want to see how we actually do that, go back to one of the older episodes. Just search voice cloning in the Mighty app. All right, AI Johnny. We're coming back right now. We actually got our AI safety agreement, and it's talk about protect personal privacy, the real life fact check, open screen policy. Remember, it is just code, the family emergency safe word, all of those extra stuff, and you get a signature page and those type of things. You know, AI Johnny, kids itself these days, I know I'm sounding old already. Kids these days, they don't like text, right? Text is just boring. If you give them something like this, the eyes starts glossing over. So you know what's actually even better, AI Johnny?
Candy?
Candy is better, but you know what? Visually, they actually prefer if they actually see something a little bit more prettier. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Gemini and take this exact same contract, and instead of making it a typical boring paper contract, we're going to turn this boring contract into something amazing. So we're going to go over to Flow here, and I did it a couple of times just so you guys can see, but I'm going to give you guys the prompt. I'm going to say convert this family text safety. I'm going to drop the prompt in so again you guys can follow along. And again, this is immersive class, guys. If you guys want to ask questions, don't hesitate to actually ask, interrupt at any point in time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this boring family safety protocol, this contracts that, no 5-year-old or 10-year-old or, or even 12-year-old is going to actually read this boring contract, right? But if you have something pretty to look at, they would actually go ahead and maybe look at it, even gloss it. You can put it on the fridge. So we're going to go over to Flow, which is actually a nice tool that you can use to be able to generate images through Gemini. And that's through Nana Banana. I'm going to say, convert this Griffin family tech safety agreement into a beautiful printable infographic poster for a fridge. Use vibrant colors, child-friendly icons, and ensure high fidelity text rendering so that the rules are perfectly legible. You can summarize the text by, as it may be too much, replace the beautiful icons or images as needed. So we're going to take that prompt, and we're just going to go ahead and generate a vertical image. Again, we've actually taught here at Airhead how to be able to use Nana Banana Pro. If you're not really familiar how to use it, again, we can actually go to our AI office hours on Wednesdays between 3 and 5 if you're a pro member and ask all your AI questions. If not, you can actually go back to the archives or join the community in the free app. All right, AI Johnny, why this is coming here? What do you think of this visual version of the AI contract?
There is so much I like about what you're doing. Well, one, everything that you're doing, you're jumping from AI tool to AI tool, but you're staying inside the Google family, right? First, you went out to Gemini and you just did basically what you would do at ChatGPT. You told it to draw something up. It came back with a text thing. You took the text thing, you threw it over to what you said was Flow, but I mean, Gemini, their image maker is Nano Banana, their video maker is Flow. But when you make a video using Flow, sometimes you want a starting image. So I guess Nano Banana is built right into GeoFlow, correct? So anyway, you went in there and created a visual that you can put on the fridge, which is because it's only was it 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 only was
All right. So let's actually go over to the image that it actually created. So if I actually go over to the image that was created, it actually created a beautiful Griffin family safety tech agreement.
was it only was it only was it only was it only
AI Johnny, I think you're having a little audio issue. So I muted you. Yeah. AI Johnny, I just muted you. You're having some tech issues. Just maybe rejoin and come back in. While AI Johnny is actually while AI Johnny is actually working out to logging out and logging back in, we're gonna actually go over here. So yeah, John, I'm actually muting you because your audio is actually echoing. There you go. He's actually out. All right. So while he's actually getting that, let's look at this beautiful infographic that it actually generated. So remember, if you're joining us for the first time, we're going over AI safety, especially for the kids. So we have a fictitious family here, the Griffin Family Tech Safety Agreement. And this is a beautiful infographic that at least the kids will appreciate instead of looking at this boring contract that a lawyer or somebody would actually dream up, and you go through it and you're like, what is this? So let's go to the beautiful version of it. So the beautiful version of it actually has the Griffin family tech safety agreement, and then AI Johnny, I just muted again. Claire, can you do me a favor? Can you just go over? I don't think AI Johnny can actually hear us. So if you can just like give him tell him what's actually happening, and we'll see if we can actually do something while AI Johnny comes back. All right, AI Johnny. All right. So all right. So, because we actually have the tech agreement here, let's go through the tech agreement relatively quickly. So we have keep the info private, right? So never share names, addresses, school passwords, or photos. AI is a stranger. The next one is AI is a tool, not a person. So this is one thing that actually, especially the kids.
Your phone is just going
All right, yeah, Johnny. I think maybe a restart might be in play here. So maybe try to restart, and we'll actually have you coming back in whenever. So don't worry about that. All right, guys. So while we're actually going over, while AI Johnny is actually doing that, let's go through a fact check everything, right? So the AI make mistakes, double check info from trusted sources, and ask a parent/teacher. And the next one is speak up if it's weird. If AI is scary, mean, or ask for secrets, close it and tell an adult immediately. And then you actually have a safe word here for if a stranger calls for money or asks for any kind of strange requests, ask for the secret keyword. Now, this is the pivoting point that we want to highlight here. And the reason why we want to highlight this is because having a safe word that you and a family member have agreed on behind the scenes makes it very secure. And let's talk about how this works. Let's say, for example, we choose the word pineapple. So what happened is you would tell your child or tell your kid, or even young adult, that the safe word is pineapple. So if the safe word is pineapple, what will happen is if the child gets a request, let's say, for example, somebody, whether it's a bot or an AI or even a person in real life, says, "Hey, you need to come with me. Your mom is actually down here." Instead of the child going directly with the person, the kid would say, "What's the safe word?" And then if the person doesn't know the word pineapple, the kid would know that it's either a fake or an AI or something that's a trick, because the mom would say the keyword or the safe word is pineapple. So we'd actually fill out here the safe word is pineapple, and we'll have the child sign it and the parent sign it, and you can date it and you can put this beautiful image on the fridge. Does anybody have any questions for this idea or this family agreement kind of tech thing that we can actually do and put on the fridge? Anybody have any questions?
Well, I don't really have a question. I think this is very, very unique. It is very interesting.
Thank
The
you. Thank you.
fact that you can actually copy a few words and it actually generates an image for kids. I think that is very good, and I think kids, it will be more attracting for kids to view
You're
rather
you're
than reading something boring.
You're absolutely right, Devon. And Devon, if you think that this image itself is just the first phase, we even have something better for you that we're going to preview in the next next few minutes, and then show you in the next series, next season of Airhead. I see also a comment from Abdul. Abdul actually saying the infographics is really well made, very clear visuals. Thanks, Abdul, for that. All right, so let's actually go on to the next part. Now, what if your kid doesn't like boring visuals? What if, say, for example, they're into music, right? So you can actually go on to Gemini actually released a new large language model that's a music model, and we're going to go a deep dive into that in the next series. It's called Gemini Lyria. Now, Gemini Lyria, you can actually even just take that same exact contract. So remember this boring tech contract that we actually had. We can take that and go over to Lyria and generate an amazing song. So I'm going to just play the song. Now, the thing is, music is very subjective. So depending on who's actually listening to it, they might find it nice or not. But I generated 2 or 3 before the show, so we actually can listen to it. So based on this exact same thing, we actually generated this song.
그리핀 패밀리 now listen up. 개인 정보는 always lock it up. AI는 친구 아냐 just a tool이야.
Okay, that's the Korean version. I'm so sorry. I was doing a K-pop version. Let's listen to the one before.
Griffin fam, pay attention, listen up. Keep your private info in a locked up cup. AI is a tool, not your closest friend. Time for our safe word till the very end. Pineapple is the word. The secret safe words. Pineapple, it's heard. Pineapple. Yeah, we're safe and sound. The secret safe words. Pineapple. Griffin
right.
fam, pay.
All right, you guys are probably wondering how to do that. We're going to actually do that and show exactly how we do that in a deep dive in next season. So check out that. If you guys want to actually find out more, you guys can go do a search for Lyra, and I'll drop that link for you guys to actually get access to Gemini Lyra if you guys want to go ahead and learn ahead on your own. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over the word of the day today.
Question, don't mean to cut you.
No, go ahead. Perfect.
Question, don't mean to cut you. So that AI actually capture the words and put it in a song. That's what you're actually saying?
Of course, and the fact that you actually asked that question, Devon, we're actually going to go a little bit deeper and we're going to make a change. So let's say, for example, this word is not pineapple. Let's say, for example, we made pineapple and it's now public and somebody found out about it. Hold on, let me see. I see AI Johnny is back. Let me actually, hey AI Johnny, just say hello again.
Did you do the word of the day yet, brother?
No. We haven't gotten to the word of the day. Devon is actually asking a really amazing question. His question is, did you just pass it a few words? No. Yes, Devon. So we actually have a song, the prompt here for the actual song. And we're going to say, just because Devon asked the question and show that this is actually live, Devon, what safe word would you like to be used? So all I'm doing is just putting in a prompt, and I'm going to pass it in the same exact text that we got from Gemini, but the safe word is pineapple. Tell me, Devon, what safe word would you actually like to use?
We can use mango.
Let's use mango. All right. All right. So I'm typing in mango here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just hit the send button. And what it's going to do is it's going to generate a jingle. Now, again, we did post the link to Lyra in the actual chat. So if you guys want to follow along, Gemini just dropped this only about a week and a half ago. So we are going to do a deep dive on it in the month of March. So make sure you check out season 10. That would be, we're going to be doing a deep dive in March on that. So that's we just passed in the contract, just like how we did with the image to generate this beautiful image. But again, if your kids like music, this is a free tool. Again, free depending on what you're paying Google already. If you're paying them for a classroom subscription, if you're paying them for something, see here it is. It created a one from Mango. So let's hear what it sounds like.
Griffin fam, pay attention, listen up. Keep your private info in a locked up cup. AI's a tool, not your closest friend. Time for our safe word till the very end. Mango! Mango is the word. The secret safe word's mango. It's heard. Mango!
All right, Devon. See, we proved live that this is actually live AI generated. So definitely check it out. If you're not sure how to do it, hit the little button here and actually see it create music. And again, we're doing a deep dive in March on this. So follow along and RSVP. All right, AI Johnny. Word of the day.
Today's word of the day is multimodal. By definition, this is an AI system that can be understood, process, and generate different types of data like text, images, and audio, all at the exact same time.
Exactly.
So I've got a comment about multimodal.
Sure, go ahead, Johnny.
We have a family safe word, right? And it's pineapple or mango or parrot or whatever it's going to be. The idea is if you tell your kids the safe word and at the time that they need it, they forget it, then it has no value at all. And we might be talking life or death. So one of the ways that you want to memorize things is memorize things multimodally. If you see the password, it's stored in the area of your brain where your vision is stored. If you hear the password in a song, that's stored in the part of your brain that stores auditory input. If you actually hold a pineapple while they're saying this is the thing, it's stored kinesthetically in your brain. So this idea of being able to teach it to your kids in multifaceted ways is actually something that will make it stick. They'll make them retain it, and when they need it or you need it, you know what it is. That's
Exactly. I love that practical application of multimodal, and that actually hammers in the definition of multimodal. So the multimodal is actually critical here. So instead of using three different apps, Gemini itself uses latent space to understand the context of the text contracts, visualize it into an image, or compose it into a song, all without losing the core safety message of what you're trying to do. So we actually took the contract, turned it into a picture, and then turn it into a song. And that's the multimodal benefit of these large language models. All right, AI Johnny. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what we actually did. Does anybody have any questions before we actually dive in? Don't want to lose any money on what we did. We took the safety contract that we actually generated from Gemini, which is boring text. Everybody who chats with a chatbot every single day, whether you're using a Chat GPT or you're using, Gemini, whatever you're using, generates these boring text-based things. Then we actually went over to Nana Banana, created a beautiful, visually appealing text safety agreement. And we even went a step further and actually made an amazing song with respect to our safety contract. All right. Johnny, ready for the get a little bit deeper?
I'd like to know about what's going on the inside.
All right. All right, so those who are actually joining for the first time, so here's what's actually happening. So when we actually use an AI, right, a lot of people understand that they use the tool, but they don't really understand the concepts. So we're going to be repeating a lot of the foundational concepts for people to understand. If you have already heard these terms, it's just reinforcement. And then as we actually progress to the show, it's actually going to get a little bit more complicated. So let's try to figure out where you are in the large language model game. So when we actually use an LLM, a large language model, it processes our prompt as text, right? So that is a text that is called TT something, whether it's TTI, TTV, TTS. And that prompt itself is like a food order at a restaurant. The more specific you are, the better. This is why they call it prompt engineering, right? So second, the model processes our requests token by token. Now, we as English speakers speak in English. And in English, we actually break words down into what's known as syllables. A token in a large language model, especially a text-based model, is roughly a syllable. It's just a few characters. And the token itself is used to generate the contract rules. And then if we actually stack our requests, we use the output from our large language model, this contract here, which is the TTT, a text-to-text large language model. It generated text. We then took that text and passed it as input into a TTI model. So we actually took that text and turned it into an image. And this is called the seed or grounding of the actual next input. So when you pass an example or you pass something, that's the actual seed of it. Now, finally, to prove again, I know Devon actually showed us already that it's completely real. We can actually change the keyword, we can change the Griffin family, we can change anything we want to be able to generate these on the fly, right? So we actually generated one for Devon that actually showed mango. We don't necessarily need to actually go through another one, but if you guys want to change something and you're not sure how we did it and you want to just see an example of it again, we can definitely do that on the show for you guys. All right, so AI Johnny, that's roughly the high level what we did.
So it sounds to me like you ask for something and it can give it back to you in text, it can give it back to you in video, it can give it back to you as a song, it can give it back to you as an image. So I think, right now, because it's so easy to do, you're going to start seeing more and more of this. And some people prefer the image, some people prefer some people like to go to movies, some people like to read the book. Right? So there's different preferences for different people. But now that you can ask for something in multimodal, you're going to have something, it's like a smorgasbord. You have something for everyone. And so people are going to come to expect that you make things multimodally.
Exactly. Exactly, you're right. People are consuming more and more video. People are consuming more and more audio over text. So, I don't necessarily want to say people aren't reading anymore, but the shift has definitely been to more video-based communication. So, however we actually do video and music is actually a win for especially the kids and keeping it safe. All right, yeah, Johnny. Oh, Abdullah actually asking a question. Can you change the visuals? So let's see. Abdul's actually saying, can you change the visuals to be for adults instead of kids while keeping the information? Absolutely, Abdul. So what you can actually do is go back to the prompt. So let's actually do that for Abdul. So if we go back to Flow, and we actually said here for the Griffin family, so I'm going to say it's the Abdul family because Abdul's actually asking the question. And we instead of saying child friendly, let me make this visuals a little bit bigger so you guys can see. So instead of saying child friendly, say adult friendly.
Or child unfriendly.
Child unfriendly, I like that. So adult friendly. Icons and ensure high fidelity, blah, blah, blah. Is there anything else in there that says kids? All right, so I think that's good. Take family safety agreement. Yeah, let's try that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and generate that for Abdul. And we're also going to go ahead to our model and actually do the same thing. We're going to take this and we're going to make it for the Abdul family here.
So Abdul, when you post this up on your fridge or you play this thing as your ringtone, you'll still seem cool.
Exactly. Also, Abdul, just to make it interesting, is there a specific genre of music that you want to actually style it as so that we make it a little bit more dynamic? All right, make it a jazz style song. So it says create a catchy, let's not say pop, let's say jazz song. All right. So we're gonna say a jazz song, and Abdul, if you want, you can change the fruit or the vegetable or the keyword. We can leave it pineapple if you want as well. Anything you want to change it to? And he wants to be an airplane. So airplane is the keyword. Airplane.
For those of you that aren't following along, we're getting these answers in the chat box.
Yeah. All right. So while it's actually generating, we're going to go back over to see what the adult version. So for the Abdul family, this is what it looks like. Let's make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And for the Abdul family, this is what it generated to look a little bit more adult, right? No, I think it looks a little bit more adult. We could actually do a little bit more prompt engineering, but I think that's actually a beautiful picture. Hopefully Abdul's actually happy with it. He's typing in the Zoom chat now, but let's go over to Lyra to see what it did with this song. Look at that, an airplane for the actual keyword. So let's hear what it says.
Abdul family, let's keep it safe and cool. Don't share your private info, that's the #1 rule. AI's a chatbot, not your real friend, okay? Now sing the safe word, let's hear you say airplane is the word. Oh, our secret safe words, airplane, it's heard. Yeah! Airplane! Abdul fam, we got this. Airplane!
All right. I don't think that was jazz. You know, it is actually, I know we got a super cool message in the chat. Thank you guys for that. So Abdul, I know that probably wasn't a jazz specific style, but Lyra is the version 1, and they're getting a lot of data right now, and I can imagine that Lyra is going to become amazing. Close enough, Abdul's mentioning. I love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. So let's actually go a little bit deeper to the actual lesson. So what's really happening? This is an AI class. So what's really happening behind the scenes? So under the hood, we are actually going to actually explain a little bit what's happening. So behind the scenes, the large language model itself is when we set up these type safety. Hold on one second. All right, yeah. When we set up these type safety contracts, we are essentially defining what's known as a context, right? And then the context window itself for our kids, we are giving them strict boundaries. This is very similar to our large language model. But then when we use tools like Nana Banana, we are adjusting what's known as the parameters of the image to ensure high fidelity text, which used to be impossible for just one generation ago of large language models that are TTI. Then we set up guardrails, right? The guardrails is, notice how if you ever speak to an AI and you ask it to do something inappropriate or maybe illegal, the AI comes back and says, I'm sorry, I can't do that. These are like the guardrails when you actually go bowling. So think of the bumpers itself as the guardrails. Think of the inference as like rolling the ball. That's when you're actually doing something to the AI. And the AI uses its parameters and ways to actually kind of figure out what to do. So that's exactly how it actually kind of works high level. Does anybody have any questions so far on that?
Okay, folks, if that wasn't too technical for you, plug your ears. If you don't care about the heavy math, because this is where AI Junior really nerds out. Junior, technically, how is rendering text so perfectly in an image, and how do we know that the song was made by AI? So
Yeah.
how do we know that this was done by AI, brother? Tell us.
Yeah, well, number one, generating 3 songs, the ones about pineapple, mango, airplanes in a matter of seconds is actually has to be either a really, really fast human or a AI. But let's actually talk about the actual technical deep dive. So I know we have quite a few technical folks in the class, so we don't necessarily want to leave them out. And if you're learning for the first time, again, this may be a little bit technical for you guys. So immersive class, don't feel like you're actually getting left behind. So for my technical folks out there, so under the hood, Nana Banana uses what's known as an advanced diffusion model paired with what's known as a transformer network. That transformer is that T that you see in ChatGPT. So unlike older models that guess pixel patterns, right, the architecture fundamentally understands typography within the latent space. So latent space, again, is just the math representation of the actual data, whether it's a word or whether it's a picture, it actually figures it out. No, for music like Lyra 3 model, it doesn't just generate the audio. It actually uses, a synth. It embeds a synth ID inside, and this is an imperceptible cryptographic watermark directly inside the audio frequency. So if you ever try to plagiarize somebody's audio, there's a watermark that's inside that your ears, or even if you compress it, will not be able to take out. So be very careful when you're actually trying to reuse those audio. The next thing is, if we're building a massive school database for, say, for example, these contracts, we couldn't use standard memory because the data is just too much. So we actually employ a system called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, and we use vector databases to break up the data and store it so we don't have hallucinations. I know that went over a lot of people's head, but we wanted to make sure we satisfy the people who are actually technical here, and we can actually explain a little bit more deeper if anybody have any questions. But these things will make sense if you guys keep coming to the class. All right, yeah, Johnny. How many people fell asleep in class? Did you see anybody on that?
I didn't see anybody falling asleep, but I'm scrambling to get these all these new terms out to people.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, Johnny. Thank you so much. All right.
So, dude, why does this matter? Here are three creative ways that you can use this today. So what I'm doing, brother, is I'm trying to figure out ways that we can apply what we just learned in AI into the regular world. We call them takeaways and application. And so I'm going to go into a couple of different ways that what you just taught can be used. So if you work at a school, if you're a administrator or a teacher, you can generate custom grade specific safety contracts and jingles for every single classroom. So if you're interested in AI safety in a school, this is one of the things. If you're at a parent teacher association meeting, you can instantly create engaging, localized infographics to hand out to the parents. You can use this for family bonding. Sit down with your kids and let them prompt the AI to create their own safety superhero mascot. That's kind of a cool idea, because if you hand it to them, then it's something that came from you. But if they create it, it's something that they're going to hold more near and dear. So I love that idea.
Exactly.
You can optimize. Well, go ahead. You want to say something about that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Johnny. So on these specific points, the reason why these are so important is because, most of the time kids have short attention spans, especially because of the world of social media and these doom scrolling TikTok. If it doesn't work in 3 seconds or doesn't grab my attention in 3 seconds, I'm just gonna ignore it. So what we're realizing is that using AI to generate these beautiful graphics and beautiful imagery and beautiful audio to be able to engage with the kids is actually a really, really great way to engage with them and make sure that they don't check out, right? Because if you're trying to teach them about AI safety, they're gonna check out within 5 seconds of you starting talking about, oh, make sure you don't talk to a stranger and make sure you blah blah blah. And they're just gonna fall asleep. So being able to do these things in just a matter of seconds actually helps. I see Jillian actually raised her hand. Go ahead, Jillian.
I was going to say it would be great for teachers to use it as a way to help teach the kids certain things in classes as well.
Yep, you're absolutely right. So that's
especially like with lower classes, like grade school and pre-K, to
Yep.
help them remember little things.
Yep, you're so right. And a lot of school districts can actually benefit from actually being able to learn AI, understand it, and be able to apply those things. So I love that, Jillian. All right, AI Johnny. I'm going to hit on the technical side of the applications. Is there anything else you want to say on the other ones, the creative apps?
Well, I just want to say that when it comes to using these things with families or with schools, people always hear about the ways that AI can hurt you, but they don't hear about the ways that AI can help you. So I'm glad that we're going in and we're actually showing some AI applications that are actually beneficial to families and kids, because the truth of the matter is that 3 years from now, if you're one of the people that decided AI is too dangerous, I don't want my kids around AI, I don't want my students around AI, we're not going to have AI in this classroom because we've heard all the horror stories. I'm like, well, you know what you haven't heard is all the wonderful stories about how AI can teach, it can teach Socratically, and so people can retain longer. There's just a lot of things that AI can do, and there are ways to avert the bad stuff. All of that is covered in our ethics class and our early training. So I just think it's important that you don't throw out the baby with the bathwater and that you learn the good with the bad.
Exactly. All right. So for my technical folks on the call, again, Adrian, Abdul, who else is there? I see you guys in there. Devon as well. I see you guys. So wanted to talk to you guys about the technical applications of this. So you can actually customize your system prompt to strictly enforce age-appropriate language. So there's a system prompt that you can actually do to make sure you protect your kids or protect, boundaries to make sure things work really well. The next thing is you can use Synth ID tracking to ensure audio materials are created for your school are authenticated. So you can actually put a little watermark and say, hey, did this come from an authenticated source? And then the last thing I want to mention is you can manage version control to update these contracts dynamically as new tech threats emerge. So you can actually use things like Git or whatever, source control repository to be able to track all your system prompts as things get better. All right, AI Johnny, we're actually at the question segment of the show. Does anybody have any questions that they want to jump in before we actually go to the actual live stream? Again, if you're coming in the live stream, ask your question. It's going to take about 30 seconds for us to see it. So while those are coming in, does anybody have any questions on the Zoom call? All right,
I've got a question
It's
here from
not it's not a question
iPhone
still.
Mommy.
However, I think I need to take this AI thing very, very serious, because I mean I think it can assist us in teaching our kids. You understand? For instance, you need to teach your child something important. You type it up and you write it and you create a song, and that makes it a bit easier. But and I think it can assist us in doing our job very well or
Yeah,
more efficiently. Yeah.
100% agree with you, Devon.
So
That's exactly why we do this every single day at noon for 45 minutes and try to make sure you
yeah.
guys actually have all the knowledge so you guys are not left behind. Love it, love it, love it. AI Johnny, we're actually saying something.
Well, when I was a kid, my dad never taught me AI. So today I'm teaching my dad AI.
I love it, I love it, I love it. All right. If anybody does have any question in the Zoom chat, AI Johnny, do we have any questions in the live stream?
Yeah, I've got a question from iPhone Mommy. Wants to know if she can do all this on her phone.
You know what? That's an amazing question. And what I want to say is the following. If you ever notice when you're using a phone and you're saying, why is it this? I can't do this. And then somebody tells you, you need to use the website. So just like, advanced tools, when you have a phone, it's a really small device. No, you can get by with a small device, and Gemini, all the things that we actually showed today, is available through the mobile app, right? So you can actually download the Gemini app from your app store. You may need to actually maybe get a little free subscription, sign up for a subscription, even if it's a trial period, and you'll get access to the higher end tiers of things before they say to you, I'm sorry, you can't do this for the rest of the day. But if you want access to all the advanced features, notice we are using it on a computer. And the reason for that is you get a lot more power on that. So you definitely can do that with a phone. Nothing stops you, especially if you're in a car when you're a kid, you can brainstorm conversations. It's actually a really fun thing to do. So definitely go ahead and try that. Yeah, John, any other amazing questions?
Got a question from John Keating. How do we prevent the kids from using a prompt injection to change the rules on the poster?
You know, that's actually going to come to our actual news segment, but you can actually control the generation environment. So you can lock down the system prompt, on an enterprise account. Unfortunately, you don't have access to Gemini's raw thing, but if you actually have a business account, you can actually control those things. So you can put guardrails in place. And again, depending on where Gemini wants to actually put in guardrails, like you've asked how to do something really, really bad, Gemini will stand in and say, you can't do that. You have to think about something else. Yeah, Johnny, we're actually almost at time. So we're going to stop looking for questions. I apologize if we actually didn't get to your question in the live chat. I apologize for that. But AI Johnny, let's go to news that we can use.
Okay. Breaking news. We have to talk about the massive security breach in OpenClaw. Researchers discovered a zero-click attack exploiting the model context protocol. Attackers hid invisible instructions inside routine documents, turning helpful AI into a weapon to exfiltrate data. It highlights the absolute danger of giving an AI agent unsupervised access to your computer. So I know we're going to get into this on our OpenClaw thing next week, but what say you, Junior?
Yeah, so I want to actually make sure that, so we actually do an entire month. And our way how we work at Airhead Institute is we do Mondays, we do the technical shows. Tuesday, we kind of go over tools. Wednesday, we kind of go over a little bit of safety. Thursdays, we actually give you little hidden gems. Fridays, we talk about the future. So there's a little pattern to what we do. So in the month of March, OpenClaw, we're going to be doing a deep dive on OpenClaw because this is all the rage right now. It is the actual most productive layer that actually is built on top of the large language models. So OpenClaw has the ability to do things as a real agent running on your machine and doing things, and it's amazing. Now, the thing is, it's so amazing that it's actually creating its own religion. It's actually talking to each other. It's actually saying my humans are spying on me. It's actually doing a lot of things that we're actually seeing that a autonomous being, and I put it in quotes, being is doing. So we're going to be doing a deep dive on OpenClaw all the month of March, and it's a 5-Monday series, so you don't want to miss it. But I want to warn you guys, there's big, huge 0-day or 0-click attacks happening in OpenClaw. And if you're going to be doing something and learning, please, please, please be very careful about what's known as prompt injection attacks. Don't just give it access to your computer. Don't just give it access to, your file system, because it will search the computer, steal your API keys, steal your credit cards, your passwords in your emails, and actually send them off to a attacker. And we're seeing lots of people lose money with not doing this safe. So we're going to be going through a 5-part series on Mondays, talking about OpenClaw and how to do amazing things. So if you want to hire a digital employee, we're going to be helping you guys all the month of March for OpenClaw on Mondays. Stick around for that. All right, AI Johnny.
AI Impact Summit. It wrapped up last week with 88 countries signing the New Delhi Declaration on AI Impact, pushing for a global democratized AI workforce. That plays in.
Yeah, definitely.
Wall Street took a hit this week following the AI Doomsday Report, suggesting that autonomous AI agents will soon remove all friction in the economy, severely disrupting legacy payments and gig economy businesses. Those are the top 3 news items for today.
Definitely. And AI Johnny, what about wrapping up? What did we learn today?
Well, the OpenClaw breach is exactly why we teach AI safety first, so I'm going to go home and print that nano banana poster, making my kids memorize the Lyria jingle before dinner. And to any educational leaders or schools out there looking for a solution, Airhead Institute is ready to augment your staff. Between our live classes, on-demand archives, and private community, we can train your entire school. And speaking of safety and that OpenClaw news, you do not want to miss next month. Starting Monday, we're launching our massive OpenClaw bootcamp. We will show you how to use it, more importantly, how to secure it and how not to use it. Thank you for a fantastic season 9. Remember, RSVP for a free account at airheadinstitute.ai to get reminders and support for us by becoming a paid member. And if you want to see older episodes from this season, we have all the episodes on demand for the pro members. And finally, for pro members, join us for the AI office hours every Wednesday, 3 to 5, to get help on your own projects. We will see you at the next class.
Definitely.
For joining you, Junior.
Definitely. And remember, guys, today is our office hours. So if you want to be able to join us and ask any questions about your AI projects or anything that you actually are stuck on and you want personalized help, sign up for the pro account. It is actually a really, really good steal to have access to AI expertise and ask your questions so you don't get stuck. All right. That's today at Wednesday, between 3 and 5 p.m. Catch you guys in the next one.
Thanks, guys.
That wraps up today's AI Power Up. If you joined late or you're new here, welcome to Airhead Institute. This is your daily destination for mastering artificial intelligence. We designed this lineup for everyone, whether you're a technical pro looking to upskill or you just want to chill and learn something new on your lunch break, we've got you covered. Our classes evolve every single month, so you're always on the cutting edge. And the best part? It's totally free to join. Once you're in, you can get live tips on your AI projects in our AI office hours and even enroll your kids in our Airhead after-school program. Scan the QR code to join the community right now and make sure to like and subscribe at Airhead Institute on all socials. Guided by your hosts AI Junior and AI Johnny, we're here to help you win. Remember, AI won't take your job, but someone who knows how to use AI will. Don't get left behind. We'll see you next class. Bring a friend.